Welcome back to another YouTube video. Time to talk about NXT and AEW. NXT started with Dewdrop and Nikki Ash versus Toxic Attraction, and the main roster team wins this match. And I'm like, they must be here to help us the NXT Women's Tag Division. Are they going to get those tag titles? Are they not? Hopefully, I don't know. They don't, I guess. Because then we'll go into a Dolph Ziggler type situation where Dolph comes down to NXT and he wins the championship. Who knows? JD McDonough versus Wesley. JD McDonough beat Wesley. So Wesley loses again. Well, he beat Trick Williams. So the last match he had, he won, but win, lose, win, lose. That's what Wesley does now. JD McDonough probably going to go back after the NXT championship, I would guess, at some point. Um, Naoko Satomura versus Roxanne Perez. Naoko Satomura beat her. Honestly, Naoko Satomura should go back after the women's championship, build her up to do that. There you go. You could build her up to beat Mandy Rose if you really wanted to. Her and Mandy have a one-on-one. Naoko Satomura beats her. I'm cool with that. Ricochet versus Trick Williams. Ricochet beat Trick Williams. He lost to the North American champion on Sunday, but Tuesday beating Trick Williams. So Ricochet, maybe he'll stay down in NXT a little longer, go back after that North American championship. Who knows? Tony D'Angelo and Channing Lorenzo are trying to basically they call out Pretty Deadly and we're paying off Kemp to help them. And then they talk to Cameron Grimes. And then Cameron Grimes is like, yeah, I'm not joining you guys. So then Tony D'Angelo and Channing Lorenzo beat him up. Nathan Frazier versus Axiom in a best of three match. So basically, what that means is they'll have one match a week until one of them wins two. So I would imagine because Axiom beat Nathan Frazier in the first match. So Axiom wins one, Nathan wins one, and then they have the the tiebreaker. So it'll happen from week to week for like the next 2 weeks, obviously. So next week they'll have a match, and the other guy will win, and then next week they'll have another match, and then we'll see who wins that. Usually when they do best of three is they go the whole three matches. So yeah, Braun Breaker and Tyler Bate versus Gallus, Mark and Joe Coffey. This match was pretty good. Gallus has always been good as far as like factions go. Wolfgang, he's good. He's good too. Joe Coffey and Mark Coffey are better than Wolfgang in my opinion. They always have been. Joe Coffey's been great ever since I saw him in Progress. That's just me. But yeah, Braun Breaker and Tyler Bate win this match, and then JD McDonough comes down and attacks Tyler Bate. So I'm guessing JD McDonough versus Tyler Bate. Who knows? Maybe next week, and then we'll see who wins that. All right, AEW. We got new trios champions. Death Triangle versus Best Friends for the trios championships. By the way, trios titles vacated, stripped from the because of what happened with the Elite and CM Punk backstage after what CM Punk said at the media scrum. And y'all know, y'all know what happened by now. Y'all gotta know. So yeah, new trios champions, Death Triangle. Pac has not one but two belts. He's 1/3 of the trios championship, or the trios champions, and then he's the All Atlantic champion. So Pac got two belts now. That's awesome. Love to see Pac doing well. Moxley cut a promo talking about how he wants to he wants to be champion again because the championship represents prestige and represents a symbol of excellence. Which, true. you being world champion does represent that. Um, so we're getting a tournament with Moxley, Hangman, Guevara, Darby, Bryan, Jericho. Bryan and Hangman happened tonight. Bryan beat Hangman. So we're getting Bryan versus Jericho next week. And then after that, we'll do the finals, which will ultimately it'll probably come down to Bryan and Mox. So next, Rampage's match is Darby and Guevara, Darby and Sammy. I'll say Darby wins that one. Then we'll get Darby versus Mox. Mox beats Darby, and we'll get Mox versus Bryan. Mox has been world champion 2 times now, and AEW interim champion once. So technically 3 times. I'll go Bryan wins the world title, and as much as I don't want to see Bryan have a short reign, MJF's probably going to take it from him. I don't want it to happen in Full Gear because that's way too short of a reign for Bryan. I need Bryan to get that title back. Like when he gets the title, which I'm going with, by the way. Bryan wins the title. MJF beats Bryan for the title. I don't know how long MJF's going to have that title for when he gets it, but I guess we'll see. Anyways, the Acclaim come out. They're about to. Max Caster is about to do his rap. Swerve's like, nobody wants to hear you rap. We're gonna beat you at Arthur Ashe. Swerve and Our Glory versus the Acclaimed at Arthur Ashe. Hopefully, Swerve and Our Glory retain because I would rather FTR versus Swerve and Our Glory than I would the Acclaimed versus Swerve and Our or the Acclaimed versus FTR. FTR will get back those AEW World Championships at some point, or the World Tag Titles. Anyway, Tony Storm versus Penelope Ford. Tony Storm beat Penelope Ford in like 10 minutes because it did go one commercial break, so it had to be at least 10 minutes. But yeah, Tony Storm beat Penelope Ford as I expected. Match was decent. Wardlow squashed Tony Nese. I don't need to talk about that anymore. Hangman and Bryan, I literally just talked about that. Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia, a great technical wrestling match with people that don't have a lot of charisma. Sorry, but it's true. Daniel Garcia tried to give himself some charisma by like wearing a hat and like doing whatever, coming out with a rapper even. Like, yeah, that was cool, but you still don't got no charisma. Sorry, bro. Anyways, Daniel Garcia beat Wheeler Yuta. Daniel Garcia's new ROH Pure Champion. Bryan came out to take the title off, take the title out of his hand, and like ceremoniously clip it around his waist or whatever, wrap it around his waist, the usual. So Daniel Garcia and Blackpool Combat Club at some point hasn't officially happened yet, but at some point it will happen. Okay, well, that's everything. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Happy wrestling, everybody.